Here we are with the demonstration of the Sony Xperia S connected to an HD display, and we're going to show you how to play a game with a PlayStation controller. The Xperia S is a PlayStation certified phone, which means you can download PlayStation games that have been optimized for this device from the PlayStation Store, run them on your device, play them on your device, and if you wish, connect it up to a big screen and enjoy the luxuries of the bigger screen for playing it, but play the games with a controller. So, we've got the Sony Xperia S connected up down here in the corner with an HDMI cable to the display. It's mimicking everything we see on the phone. We've then got a live dock connected to the Xperia, and out the back of the live dock we've got the Sony PlayStation controller USB cable. We're going to connect that into the back of the controller, and it pops up on screen to tell us that the PlayStation controller is now connected. So what we can now do is, using the PlayStation controller, we can navigate the screen. So I'm just going to quickly go into the PlayStation Store, and this is where you download the game. So if I just sign in. Now at the moment there's not many games here for the Sony Xperia S because it's a new device and not many of the games have been optimized for it, but there's enough to get you started. And we can see the list here, so we can scroll through them all, and you can see at the moment you have to actually pay for them. They're $3.99 each. So let's take a look at Driver. We've actually bought this game, but it gives you the price, gives you the ability to download once you've bought it, tells you a little bit about the game. So that's the PlayStation Store. We come out of that and go into the game itself. We're now going to play it using the PlayStation controller, but view it back on the larger screen. So we've been into this game before, so I'm just going to click Continue and go into the game here. Now what you'll see is you've got the device controls on screen here, from R1, R2 to the X to the circle and what have you. Now those are obviously very useful and needed when you're playing the game on the actual device. You just simply touch the screen for those controls, but you're probably not going to want them on screen when you're playing on a large display because you've got them on the controller itself. So what you need to do is you need to open up the game, or whichever one you're actually wishing to do within the game. We click into this, and I'm just going to take a drive here, and I'm using the controller at all times. So it's going to load up into the game that we've selected here. And here we are. Now this is a bit I haven't figured out how to do on the controller yet. You just simply need to go to the Xperia S screen, press the menu button on the actual device. You've got some configuration settings, one of which is controller settings, and you'll see we've got the ability to switch the on-screen controller settings off. So I'm going to do that now, and if we come out of here, we've now lost the controls, so we can simply play it using the PlayStation controller. So I'm now going to control it using the PlayStation controller. So excuse my poor attempt here to drive the car. Now you can see the graphics aren't exactly sensational, but you've got to consider this is running off a phone, and this is a game that was originally made for the Sony PlayStation 1. I'm sure other games will improve over time, and as the Xperia S becomes a more popular device, and as we get further away from the launch, Sony will produce more games optimized for it. So Driver's just one example at the moment, but I just really wanted to show you how we've got the actual controller working. So this is a normal PlayStation controller you've now got connected up to your device. And it can be a bit of fun if you're into gaming. You can waste some time playing some games using the controller, and it makes it a little bit easier than using the actual smartphone itself. The big thing is you don't actually need to have a games console to play the game. You know, you can play it from your smartphone, so if you're away from home, just take your PlayStation controller and the live dock and away you go. So that's a quick video demonstrating the PlayStation controller with the Sony Xperia S.